Okay. And like I said, the reason why I feel we should hold this meeting so that we can call our attention to important stuff. I remember last year 2 years ago, when we started buying, when I started, having new people enter the group and we started buying coins. If you have been with us since 2018, sorry, 2019, 2018, even 2017, if you have been around me, you notice that all those years, anytime you are buying coin, I'll just say buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold. Just buy and go to sleep. That's what I'll tell you. Even until even till January this year, January, February, March. And if you notice, a lot of people would be, saying the group, when are we going to say? I'll just say calm down. It's not yet time. And then I've seen a lot of messages that will say, please tell us when it's time to start selling. Tell us when it's time to start selling. Which is why I say, okay, we need to start preparing our mind. I'm not saying it's time now you want to go and sell all your portfolio. I'm just saying it's time to start preparing your mind, based on what Bitcoin has done in the past. It's this period that normally have a lot of parabolic move where you have Bitcoin doing crazy moves, going from, I think in 2017 to 2018, it went from around $3,000 to $19,000 in less than 2 months. So around this period, and then the prediction for Bitcoin at the end of this cycle is around, say, $280,000. I was listening to Plan B this morning. In one of his interviews, somebody interviewed him on YouTube, and he was talking about, where Bitcoin could go, and he was talking about $280,000 at least. So, but then at the same time, there's something about human nature. Human nature is very funny when it comes to money, because with money we are very emotional. People are very emotional when it comes to money. So basically, what normally happens is that people just lose themselves. They just lose their mind and they just forgot, that anything can still happen. This market that you are in, it's just like all these boys that play sport betting, all these Niger bet boys. They will say, I want to go and play with this 100. The guy went to the shop to go and play with 100 naira. Said, I want to go and play with 100. Once I win 10,000 naira, once I win 5,000 naira, I'm done. So he enters the shop. So he's playing the game, and his first win, he will probably win 2,000 naira. I'm just saying, this might not be an ideal situation. I'm just, after I win 2,000, say, okay, let me play again. Don't forget that he enters that shop 100 naira. So 2,000 naira is that's what percentage is that? That's almost 2,000% or more. So we say, okay, let me play again. So he play again, probably he wins another 10,000 naira. And so he's stacking up his capital. And you notice that something about people that play bets, the more money they have, the more money they win, the more they will not stake. So now this guy now has 12,000 naira, right? Don't forget that it comes to that shop with 100 naira. So now you're holding 12,000 naira. The greed, the human nature will say, if I can win with, if I can turn 100 naira to 12,000, let me play with 10,000 now. That's human greed for you. So probably you now enter the bet again with another 5,000 or 10,000, depending on his greed, depending on how greedy that person is. So he enters the market with another 10,000 naira. Unfortunately for him, he might lose everything. Or let's even push it further. Let's say that 10,000 naira now wins 100,000. I mean, the normal thing that a normal human being should have done was for him to just walk away from there and just say, let me go and solve my problem and come back tomorrow with another 100 naira. That's a normal thing. But the human nature is always there. That greed. Everybody have it. We all have it. And then he enters the market again. I mean, he bets again, probably with he's now bet. Now he has bigger money. He's richer. So now he enters the market with another, say, 80,000 naira. And then before you know it, probably lose that one, then he lose another, then he will now lose everything. There's a research that I was reading the other day here in US. I said they found out that people that win a lottery, they become poorer than they were before they start winning. And they cite an example of this man. The man was from Mexico. this guy cannot even speak English. So he came to the US. Yeah, go inside. He cannot even speak English, right? So he came to the US and he was working as a janitor, in a store. So guys, I'm Lauren. What's going on? Yeah. This way. Yeah. I'm busy and I'm done. Guys, I'm sorry, guys, my kids. So this guy, came to the US. I hope you guys can hear me. Please let me know if you are with me. So I'm just saying this story, then we'll move on from here. Let me know. Just drop a message if you can hear me. You can see my screen. So he came to the US with he cannot even speak English. So he won ridiculous amount of money. I mean, that was the biggest lottery in that state. In US, every state has this lottery thing that they do. So that money runs into hundreds of millions of dollars. So guess what? After 5 years, when they now want to do another interview, this guy became poorer than he was. The Bible says a fool and his money are soon parted. So, and that's how market is generally. If you're not smart, before this meeting started, Odun was talking about shitcoin. That's just a scenario of what just played out. Someone that likes betting. You've invested in probably in Binance last year when Binance was $9. Now Binance is now $600, and probably your $1,000 is now worth say $50,000. Now you feel you have more money to play, so now you are playing shitcoin without $50,000. Now let me even give you a perfect example. This one happened this year. This example I want to share with you happened this year. Gone. There's this brother that joined us also in the group, and then as I teach him, then he learned about crypto. His first time, I think that was last year, and then he invested. I think he started out with about $10,000, $15,000. And he grew that money. Anytime I give shorts, anytime I give a call, he will buy coins. He started buying all this coins. I think he bought Binance, he bought Ethereum, he bought some couple of ads when they were still very low. That was last year when Ethereum was around $200. When Binance was around $9, ADA was around 10 cents. So his $10,000 thereabout has now turned to about, according to him, because he called me and he was very happy. So his $10,000 was now around, say, over $200,000. Okay. So, and then, see, this is the person that doesn't even know how to open Bitcoin wallet. I'm the one that taught him. So I now told him that, see, you bought some Bitcoin when price was around 8,000, 7,000, 5,000. Now Bitcoin is already 40,000. That was when Bitcoin was around that April, May or thereabout. I said, why don't you just take some profits? This guy said, no, I will not take profit. I said, okay. So there's another time he now called me, we are talking. So luckily his wife was there. It's like his wife was now listening. His wife now overheard us talking. His wife now say, please help me to talk to him. I've been talking to him since. So fortunately or unfortunately, the wife also have part of her money was part of the money that they invested. That's now grown to over 200K. So the wife now I shall ask him that he must sell. So he now took some profits. He now converted some of those money to USDT and USDC, and then that was it. So then we didn't talk again since then. So some couple of months after, he now called me. I'm talking this year, I think about 2-3 months ago. He now come and say, say what has happened. I say, what happened? I say, what? He said, what has even happened? My wife was on no. Do you know that this guy, after he turned that money, the 200,000, I think he took some profit over $100,000. He's now telling him that 100,000 is around $20,000. I said, what happened? He said he was investing in all this shit coins and some other coins. I was just laughing. So, and I don't want you to be like that for a lot of us. That's why I say it's what I call this meeting, but let's move on from there. So if you notice that all the metrics, all the fundamentals that surrounding economy is actually favoring Bitcoin. It's actually favoring every asset aside dollar. Now, if you look at the US inflation rates right now, it's 31-year high. This is the latest consumer price index that was released. 31-year high. The inflation rate in US right now, Saturday, as I'm speaking with you. Now, what that tells you is that, investors will be looking for where to put their money. That means if you're holding dollars in your account, the value of dollar has dropped by whatever the value of dollar was. I mean, drastically by 31-year high difference. And prices are crazy now. I stay in the US, so I can confirm to you. And if the other people that stay in the US on the, I don't know if Uncle is on the group, you can confirm. Gas fuel price is crazy right now. Food stuffs the prices are going through the roof. Everything is just good. If you want to buy a car now, you pay through your nose. If you want to buy a house now, it's crazy. So it's telling you that the inflation is really, really eating hard. I mean, a country like US, as if that is not enough. So a couple of days ago, the government, the House passes a $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill, and this is the money that they say they are going to spend on infrastructure for the next couple of years in the US. But if you understand economics and you understand how the politics of this world works, you know that anytime governments pump money into the economy, supposedly into the economy like this, those that the common people are the one that will now bear the brunt, because eventually what you find out that this money will first of all get to the big boys' hand, the banks, the politicians, before it trickles down. So what normally happens is that when they pass a bit, when the government is spending money like this, eventually it trickles down and it erodes the value of that currency, just like what happens in Zimbabwe, what is happening in Nigeria. You see the federal government, they keep borrowing money. A couple of days ago, Buhari, the Senate approved $16 billion, for Buhari to borrow. So it's telling you that fiat currency is going down. Now, if you look at the impact, according to Wall Street, they said, okay, I think there's this one I saw. It takes center, I think was talking about, was approved and will become law. So $1.2 trillion, that is not small money. And as soon as government starts spending, it's saying that would have big impact on US economy. Okay, this is the one I was looking for. It says it's going to have big impact, both positive and negative. But on the long run, the negative outweighs the positive. The negative outweighs the positive because now you have more money that people can spend. You now have more money that people want to spend, that people can spend. So it affects your fiat currency, especially for people that have a lot of money in the bank. The value of the money keeps going down, and all these favors Bitcoin. How does it favors Bitcoin? Because naturally investors and people will be looking for where to put their money. And they will call it safe haven. They will look for safe haven. And that's why you see that in third world countries or developing countries like Nigeria, where our currency has been eroded by God knows how many percentage. Only God knows how many percentage our currency has been eroded by. I don't even want to think about it. Between 2015 and now, the value that Naira has lost, you don't want to quantify it. And that's why you see that in countries like that, we are more likely to understand, to want to put money in other assets like Bitcoin, especially in cryptos. You see that the knowledge in Nigeria about cryptos is high because inflation and poverty is high, and it's like that everywhere. Just human nature. We always try to look for somewhere that is safer, to apart from even money to go. Like if you are staying in an area that is prone to attack, public security is on the low. You want to move to an area where your securities are sure. So the same thing with money, so people now are looking for where to put money. A lot of people are looking for where to put money, and then they are suggesting Bitcoin and gold. And that's why I believe that by the end of the year, we are going to see Bitcoin above $100,000. But before you get excited, I like to say this: as much as Bitcoin is going to go above $100,000, you want to be taking some profit. I was talking to somebody like this, and I was telling him that you can do dollar cost average. For example, let's look at the coin I like. Okay, let's look at Binance. don't let us even go to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's look at Binance. If you are part of the group in last year when we started buying Binance at $9, can you signify? Let me see you in the group. Let me see you in the chat box, please. Just let me know. I don't want this class to be like I'm the only one talking. So I want to make it interactive. Odu, if you are here, I know you are here, so a couple of people I can see you. So just signify. Let me know if you when we started buying Binance at, say, okay, Amy at $26, right? Okay, Amy say he started buying at $26. Okay, Odu, I see you. Okay, now I can see a lot of people. I mean, Amy, I guess you even came late. You came late to the party a little bit at $26 because we started buying Binance at $8, $7, $8, $9 early last year, late 2018. So now this is the deal, and I'm still holding that back. I'm still holding some of that back, but not everything. So now, if you are doing dollar cost averaging, now what you're supposed to do, let's say you buy Binance at let's even say at $20, and then you invested, say, $1,000 average. Let's say average that some people, that a little bit of people can afford, and then you enter Binance at $20. So that means you are buying 5 quantity. Can you see my calculator, please? You can see my calculator. Let me see. Let me know. That means you bought 50 coins of Binance, of that coin. Now, if you multiply that by, let's say Binance is now 600, that means your $1,000 is $30,000. I mean, that's huge. So as the market is, as we are nearing the end of the cycle, I expect that you do what we call dollar cost average, the same way you did when you were buying. Because I know, even a lot of people didn't buy any coins that are holding for long. They didn't buy it at once. So we probably are buying small, $100, $50, $20, $30, and then your bag increase. Now you are holding $30,000. You want to dollar cost average, and then I cannot decide that for you. I'm going to say that I cannot decide. Now that's now left for you. How do you want to do your own dollar cost average? Okay, how many quantity do you want to now sell and hold the rest and be looking? Okay, for example, let's say your 1,000 is now $30,000. You want to start taking some profits. Okay, you want to start, because the market is falling, and it will not be nice. And I'm going to show you a chart that tells you, it will not be nice the way crypto reacts when it starts reacting. I don't know how long we are going to enter the bear market next. I'm just saying this, okay? So you want to start doing dollar cost average. Now, for me, I've started selling. I've even sold quite a number of my Binance. When it started hitting 500, 550, 600, I sold some, and I bought again when it crashes to around $300. I bought some again. Now, the beauty of taking profit is that, let me show you this chart. I want to see all this chart. I want to click on this thing. Okay, let me go to the weekly chart. Okay, this is the weekly chart, right? Guys, please, so if you can see my chart, let me know. Please, if you can see my screen, this chart, let me know in the group. Oh, please. Can you see this, my Bitcoin chart? Hello? Maybe people are sleeping, Please, so let me know. Okay, CFA, okay, I can see BNB. Okay, thank you. So now look at this. This is 2000, and I'm not sharing this to scare also, but you see, it's very, very important that you know the both sides of the market. It's very, very important, and that makes you old. I mean, as a trader, that makes you old. That makes you mature. That is maturity. For me, that's maturity. Maturity, like they always say, is only a baby that puts everything in his mouth. If you give a baby a spoon, he will put it in his mouth. If you put a newborn baby, probably a poison, she's going to put it in her mouth. If you give her biscuits, she'll put it in her mouth. If you give her biscuits, bitter cola, she's going to put it in her mouth. And that's why they say it's only a baby that puts everything in her mouth, because our senses are not grown to the point where he or she can now discern Okay. And as a trader, you don't want to be like that baby that puts everything in your mouth. You want to understand both sides of the market. That it can go when it's going up, you know, it's good. And you also want to understand that as it's going up, you don't want to lose yourself. If you lose yourself and then you eventually you lose all your money, you are still a baby. You are still a baby. That means you still need to learn better. Don't lose yourself. And at the same time, don't be fearful. There's not to be fearful. I'm not, when I share this, I'm not sharing so that I can make you fearful. Last year, when we were having seminars, you never heard me talking about taking profits, did I? I never spoke about it. I just say, just enjoy yourself. I know that we say I'm like 1.5 years for this trend. You know, I always say it. Don't worry. If you know, people always ask me in the group, when should I take profit? I say, don't worry. Just buy. Just buy. Just go and buy and go and sleep. You know, jokingly, I would say, go and sell your TV and buy this coin. Go and say, you know, I always say, go and sell a land. Go and sell. But as we are nearing the end of this cycle, it's important for me to also call your attention. Because I'll tell the truth. I started doing dollar cost averaging out. Because no matter what happens, I always come out in profit. But I know that there are a lot of new people that don't understand the cycle of this of crypto. And I don't want you to be like that, my friend. I always make an example of this, my friend, that turned $20,000 to over $500,000 in 2017 and lost practically everything because he came out from that market with, I mean, like like Yoruba used to say, Orilo Yomi, and he came out with just $30,000. So extra $10,000. See, today, that guy, if you tell him about crypto, he will say, he's going to say waka to you. So, and that's why I feel it's time I start calling people attention. I don't want it to be like that because I want you to enjoy the ride the next 10, 15, 20 years. So now, if you look at this market, this is in 2007, 2018. Now, Bitcoin from here went from around 5,000. This was in 2017. This is November. This candle is November. And then it went all the way to December. This is December 11, almost a month, to $19,000. And then in this is in 2019, and it came down all the way from that 2017. Oh, please, I hope you guys are seeing my chart. It came down all the way, bottom out at 3,900, 3,300 in 2018. This candle is 2019. February 2019. And since then, it will go up and crash again. It went up again, half of that move in 2019. This is in June, and came down in 2020 again. So now my point is this: you want to come out around this year. With trading, you might not even know. You might not know the top, and I'll be very frank. Nobody knows the top. Nobody, as we are saying that Bitcoin is going to enter 200,000, 100,000. We don't know the top. It might not even get there. And that's why it's good to do dollar cost averaging up. So as it's going up, you need to start taking profit at each move. Probably like that example of Binance now. At $500, your 1,000 is 30,000, or at $600, you want to take some profit and bank it, turn it to stable coin, put it in your hardware wallet or anywhere that is safe. Probably you turn it to USDC or to USDT or DAI, so that you have that one in your pocket. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you the quantity of the percentage of your portfolio you should turn to stable coin at each level. That is left to you. If your $1,000 turns to 30,000, probably you want to take $10,000 out and wait and say, okay, we don't know. Probably I'll leave this one to the end of the year, whatever happens, and I'll be watching it. Peradventure, Bitcoin now, that 20,000 now goes to another, say 50,000. You want to take something out because you don't know when market will turn. Nobody knows. That's the truth. And that's why your dollar cost averaging, you are taking it out so that eventually when market crash, you also want to, you have dry powder, like they always say, like the hunters say. The hunters, they'll say you need dry powder. So you need dry powder in your gun so that when it crashes very well, hey, you can now enter. Now, and I think we've had these webinars before when I showed you the cycle of gold cycle. I spoke about stock cycle. I spoke about NASDAQ cycle. I spoke about S&P 500 cycle. And I explained that this is how Warren Buffett and this big boy, that's how they play the game. So that when everybody is crying, imagine Bitcoin did on 200,000 and it crashes to around 25,000 or $30,000. And you know, everybody will be crying. That's when you'll be happy. Because you have some guy gone, you have some money in your pocket. And then even before you start now raising money, but then let's say you have taken some profit and you are putting it in your hardware wallet, you can now start buying again at the bottom. So now you cannot, now your 1,000 has turned to 30,000. Let's say eventually at the end of the cycle, you're able to, let's say Bitcoin goes to over 100,000, and then your 1,000 has turned to say $100,000. I'm just saying. Now, let's say you have now converted, say, $70,000 to stablecoin. When market crashes, you can now start doing dollar cost averaging up. The same way you do dollar cost averaging when it was crashing, you can now start doing it up. Oh, sorry, the same way you do it up, you can now start doing when it's crashing. Okay, you now say, oh, Bitcoin now came from $200,000 to $100,000. You can say, okay, now I have $50,000 in my stablecoin. Let me buy $5,000 worth. You buy it, you are waiting. It comes down to say 20,000, you buy again. And then when it bottoms out very well, during the year of half in 2024, when Bitcoin will half, and we know that the price will go up, you can now start coming in big. Even if you want to sell your house, then you can sell it and buy cryptos. I'm telling you, by 2024, you see another parabolic move. So the idea is that you want to stay, you don't want to be overexcited. Like I say, it's only a baby that is overexcited. It's only a baby that puts everything in his mouth. Don't be like a baby. Be sane. Be sane and just live your life. Just enjoy yourself. As you're making money, enjoy yourself. Take your family out. You know, if you need to buy a new car, if you need to buy a land, just enjoy yourself. But at the same time, make sure you have money in your gunpowder. Always see crypto, like I always say, that is not is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So like I always say, you know, I always talk about having 10 years targets, so that in the next 10 years, okay, oh, this is my little investment. Oh, by in the next 10 years, I want to be talking about I have $1 million. Like I said, by 2024, 2025, I want to be seeing people giving testimony of millions of dollars. I don't want to be hearing thousands. We've heard enough of thousands this period, this cycle. So be smart. Now, lastly, I quickly want to talk about, quickly want to show us this plan B. You know, I mean, you know, everybody that's talking about that plan B. Now, Glassnode, you know, Glassnode is also they use on-chain metrics. Apart from technical, they always look at the on-chain metrics. If you can see my Glassnode, this, let me know, please. You can see my Glassnode chart screenshots. Let me know, guys. Can you see this new screenshot? Thank you, Madam Bolaji. So now, if you look at this, you see that the supply of Bitcoin in exchanges has really dropped. You see, exchange balance 12.9% of supply compared to this from here in November. So that means we are still going to have another parabolic move, and that's why I say we should see Bitcoin around 100,000, 120,000, 150,000, most likely, because that means a lot of people are holding Bitcoin. This is what this chart means. It means that we have a lot of people that are actually holding Bitcoin. They are not selling. They are moving it from Binance, from EOB, from all these big exchanges. They are moving into their hardware wallet like Ledger, like Trezor. They are keeping it there. Okay. So a lot of people are keeping their assets. So and when supply is short, price goes up. It's just normal demand and supply economy 101. When supply is short, it's just common sense. Price of stuff will go up. Like as we are entering December in Nigeria, very short. Supply will be very short because of the problem we normally have at the port. So prices of everything is going to go up. It's just common sense. So the same thing on this on-chain metric that you're looking at. The supply of Bitcoin is short. It's 12.9%. It's very short compared to this where we are coming from. As you can see, compared to this, is down. So we should expect Bitcoin to still climb. It's going to climb very well. And when Bitcoin climb, expect other altcoins to climb. Lastly, let me look at, I think I have, this is plan B. This one of plan B stock to flow model. Was talking about, where we should see Bitcoin in the next couple of months. I think it's put it at 263,000. Okay, there's an article I saw. Okay, this okay, it said that Bitcoin is targeting $288,000 stock to flow price. I mean, towards the end of this cycle. Okay. So the guy said Bitcoin is heading to this and higher like clockwork as fiat currency goes down and the European inflation goes negative. So as inflation rises all over the world, other asset class like Bitcoin and gold, that's where people are pushing their money to. Okay. And then if you look at this, this stock to flow model, you can see that price, according to himself, it's already above 100. By the end of the year, you see that around $280,000. Okay, and that's why I was saying something about doing dollar cost averaging up. So you are taking profit so that you can still leave some in the market. When everything goes crazy, so that you see how money in the market and you can see take better profits. They even call US dollar becoming a shitcoin. The mean clause brother. That's when they say US dollar becoming a shitcoin because of inflation. So please, like I said, don't let us be like a baby that puts everything in his mouth. You want to take profits. You want to don't get overexcited. Don't lose your mind. I have in some quarters I've been hearing people they are saying that that we are entering super cycle. I was just laughing. They say super cycle that we are not going to have bear season again. That even if we have bear season, market will not dip so much. I was just laughing. Because they don't understand this market. They don't understand that this thing is a cycle. It's going to happen. Forget all that nonsense. I mean, Bitcoin drops almost 80%. And when Bitcoin drops like that, expect every altcoin to drop like mad. They are going to have let's go and check Ethereum for the last time. Then I can take some questions. Let's look at Ethereum. I want us to look at Ethereum chart. Ethereum USD chart. Okay, I just want to no, not this one. I want us to look at Ethereum. Okay, cool. I want us to look at the same chart that we saw in Bitcoin, so that you know that it's not. Okay, look at Ethereum in 2017. If you can see my chart, let me know, please. Oh, hey Joe, I don't know if I'm communicating. Yeah, that's guys. Please, oh, I want to know if you can. Okay, thank you. Now, if you look at Ethereum, where Bitcoin fell, I think Ethereum from $1,400. No, I think it was in 2017. Ethereum did 1,400. Yes, from $1,400. It fell all the way to around $120. That is about 90%. So when Bitcoin is doing 70% drop, expect every other altcoin to crash. Like tomorrow, they just expect them to crash. Ethereum fell so much to almost $100, $120. So that's why you want to be doing dollar cost averaging now, especially for people that have been buying crypto since last year. Put some money, enjoy yourself. Just enjoy yourself. You take your family out, buy a new car. Just say, this is my money. Be like Dangote. I heard the story of Dangote that said, he said one time he went to the bank and he said, I think he said he withdrew $1 million. He said, I want to know if I can touch this money. So he went to the bank and withdrew that money. He said when he got home, he put the money on the table and said, hey, this is my money. He said the following money, he went to the bank and deposited the money back. He said, I've just been seeing this money in my statement on the paper. I want to see it. I want to touch it. So enjoy yourself. If you have been buying crypto since last year, take some profit. Go and enjoy yourself. Just have a nice time. Let your children know that daddy you know that kind of stuff. So just take them out. I do that a lot. I take my kids out and then we just enjoy ourselves. You will go on vacation. Just do that. Okay. So I just said I should share that with us so that everybody. So I want everybody of us to be on the same page. I don't want it to be like everybody be crying when, like I said, we still have some time. I'm not saying you should go and sell all your assets. We still have some time. All the fundamentals, all the metrics, is still saying that we should still move up a little bit. We are still going to go more parabolic, but at the same time, you need to be cautious. Okay. So I think I'll take some questions. If you have any questions, let me know. Probably you can drop your question in the chat box. If you want me to unmute you, I can also unmute you. So you can, if you have any question, then before we call it a day. So let me know. Okay, I don't know if there's no question. Okay, Bimbi. Is that Bimbi or Bimbo? I'm seeing Bimbi. Sorry, is your name Bimbi or Bimbo? Okay, Bimbi said, what advice do you have for a person like me that just started buying crypto this year? Should I take profit? Now, that's dependent. If you're just buying crypto this year, it doesn't, you can be taking your profit, like I said, in bits. And I don't know your personality. And everything I'm saying today is just a suggestion. So making that decision is left to you. And like I said, I'm not saying to scare you. Okay. Like I said, and I also, like I said, we still have some time. But I'm just prepared. I just want to prepare our mind. Last year, 2 years ago, people that have been around, they'll tell you, I'll tell them, go and sell your car, go and sell your land. Just sell everything. Sell your kidney, buy any coin, go and sleep. I'll mention the coin, go and buy this coin, go and sleep. But then, because I understand the cycle and I'm telling you, the cycle is about to change as much as we are also about to go parabolic. You also need to stay sane. Don't lose your mind, because people lose their mind when they make a lot of money. They lose their mind. You don't want to lose your mind. Okay, where you are going is still far. You have done 1,000, your 1,000 is now 100,000. You now want to go and kill yourself. Don't do that. Just calm down. And $1 million is better than 1,000. $10 million is better than 1 million. Abi, so just calm down. And just know that it's time and it's patience. It requires a lot of patience. Buying to hold requires a lot of patience and knowing how to play the game as the market dynamics change, because it always change. Okay. Yes, so Madam Bolaji, Abi, you remember last year now? I say sell your kidney, sell anything, don't put anything. Madam Bolaji was one of the top, one of the first people that I think last year that joined the group. Yeah, I says go and sell your TV, sell anything, Amen. Okay, what question do you have? You say not regarding to the topic. You can raise your hand, maybe I can meet you. Bimbi, okay, I say Bimbi. The person raised, okay, I think I will meet you. I think you are the one that dropped a question in the chat box, right? Okay, you are good, right? Okay, hold on, let me unmute you. Okay, you can ask a question, sharp.
Okay. Evening, sir. I want to ask this Polkadot parachain. What do you? Because I read something about it and I was trying to participate. So I just want to get clear understanding so that at the end of the day I will not lose my Polkadot to that I will use to vote.
The parachain, I think the parachain is an upgrade. It's a new it's like an upgrade on the Polkadot ecosystem. They are moving to that. They just moved to that, just like what Ethereum did, the 1559 or 15 something that they did, the same thing. And that upgrade is supposed to make that the platform better. And just like Bitcoin did yesterday, I spoke about the Bitcoin upgrade yesterday, in the group. what did they even call it? I've forgotten the name that I mentioned yesterday. Just to, and every time you make, like for Bitcoin, I think that thing became successful. In the next couple of years or months, it's going to make Bitcoin, the blockchain better. For example, you can now use a smart contracts. You can now build smart contracts, on the Bitcoin, blockchain. Before now, you can actually use the Bitcoin blockchain for smart contract, but it's very complicated. So now, but with this new upgrade, you can do that. The transfer fees will be very low. Transaction will be seamless and some other things. So that way, it's going to make the price also go up. So I think that's the same thing that Polkadot do, because every now and then they do all this upgrade, all this update, and what have you. So okay, I don't know. I think I'm still seeing one hand though. I just take this question and so that we can all BNB. Do you still want to ask a question? I'm still seeing your hand though. Yeah, he's not talking. All right, so everybody, maybe I'll just unmute everybody so that we can just say good night. Okay, you can unmute and say everybody should just say good night.
Good night, sir.
Oh, thank you so much. Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night. Have a nice.
Good night, Dr. Pepe. Good night, Dr. Pepe.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, too. Jimmy, how far?
Dr. Pepe. Oh, Papa.
You said
it.
Yeah, good night, too. So have a nice week, everybody.
All right,
yeah.
All right, good night.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you. You do well. Thank you.
Yeah, well done, ma. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you so much.